go through. But as many as 9 out of 10 LGBT students have been bullied, and about half of the LGBT students actually feel unsafe at school because of their sexual orientation. So I think the thing to emphasize as you lobby is that, regardless of what they think about, gay marriage or any of those things, I think everybody agrees the public schools need to serve everybody. So you shouldn't feel scared to go there just because you're gay or anything else, because all taxpayers pay for the public schools, including gay and lesbian taxpayers. So they need to be safe for everybody. And really sometimes the bullying can even turn to life-threatening action. And there's been cases where gay kids have actually been killed. And sometimes they've tried to go to teachers and say, I'm being bullied, and they don't do anything. And that's because there's actually no federal cause of action now. So 10 states have laws that protect gay and lesbian students from discrimination, but there's no federal law. And the areas that need it the most in the districts and the states that are the most anti-gay areas, they don't have those laws. So, they don't really, the places where they don't need them as much, they have them. Like, like if you're in San Francisco, you're probably safe if you're a gay and lesbian student, but that's because there's half the parents are gay and lesbian. So, there's currently no federal law at all about it, and this would provide for that. It's based after Title IX, which protects girls and women students. That was actually the law that now there's like equal number of sports teams between guys and girls in school. But in many areas, there's no federal law that prevents like a football coach from kicking somebody off the football team just because they're gay. So that they can actually do that in parts of the country today, which is ridiculous. So that's what this would do, just make sure that gay and lesbian students have the same rights and opportunities as other students. And if a teacher denies a student access to school resources because they disagree with the sexual orientation, then that student would be able to have a solution. Like if they don't let you in to do a certain thing, or they don't want you to go to the school prom or something like that, then you would have a remedy. So it's really important, and I think the main thing when you ask your different congresspeople and senators, if they're not a sponsor yet, you want to ask them to be a sponsor of the Student Non-Discrimination Act. And if they are a sponsor, you just want to thank them and make sure they know about it, and just tell them how important it is. And I think the most, you'll certainly have all the statistics, but I think the most important thing you can do is share your own stories. So even if it's not you, if it's a friend, so you can say, this is what happened to somebody I know, or this is what happened to somebody I heard, or even this is what happened to me. That can be really powerful, because what for some reason some of them are saying is, oh, this isn't needed. They could just, we try to prevent all bullying in the schools, but what's happening is a lot of gay kids again are going to like principals or teachers, and if those principals or teachers, don't like gay people, then they're not protecting them like they would other students. Like if they were going to them because they were beat up because they, were wearing glasses or something like that, then they don't have anything against them and they protect them. But if they're gay, then too often they're not acting to protect them. So that's what the Student Non-Discrimination Act is. We're trying to put it in something called ESEA reauthorization. That means it's like the main federal education law. It's called No Child Left Behind. So we're doing that this year, and it's kind of a once-in-a-decade opportunity because this law was passed in 2001. And we're doing it now in 2010, and it probably won't be done again for like 5 or 8 or 10 more years. So it's a big federal education law that has kind of all the different elements in it. So we're trying to put it into the ESEA reauthorization. So that's a little bit about the Student Non-Discrimination Act, and I'd love to open it up and see what's on your guys' minds. How's it going so far?
directly to our school that, remember to treat everyone the same. And I think that
So that's a good story to share, you know, anything like that would be good story to share, because no other kids should have to go through this kind of thing. And in some places in the country, they still do.
First of all, your dog is adorable.
Thank you.
And let me know. Second of all, how likely do you think, or how easy do you think it will be to get these bills to pass? Because you have more of an inside edge, do you know the certain?
Well, it would help to have a lot more co-sponsors, so that's why your help is important. We have how many co-sponsors? 79 now. And you know, the more the better, so if you guys can help add a few co-sponsors, that's really, really good. And then the time frame is, we just started the ESEA reauthorization. The hope is to complete it this year. So that, you know, we'll hopefully get it in there. And it would particularly help to have you know, more Republican co-sponsors. There's only one right now, and there's the other 78 are all Democrats. It helps to have both, but I hope you're lobbying both. And even if they're you know, if they're Republicans and they don't like, you know, gay marriage or gays in the military, I think you should still be able to say, well, they shouldn't be bullied at school. And so this is something maybe we all can agree on. Yes. Yes, you. Yeah.
I think I'm just going to turn off somebody else's time. How much information do you actually get from your representatives when they meet with other people? Because as a student meeting with a representative rather than my actual senator and House representative, it's a little bit discouraging, and I'm wondering just, are they actually going to hear my story, or is it not going to make as much of an impact?
So tell me what you mean. What do you mean?
Staff members. Yeah, your staff members.
Oh, the staff members. Well, you'll try to meet with the representative, and then what day is it? Tomorrow. So we should be here. Members will be here. I don't think we leave till like Thursday. We're kind of tired because we've been working all weekend.
Yeah.
Working till midnight last night. We passed healthcare, which is pretty exciting. But yeah, if you're not meeting with the members, hopefully you're meeting with their education staff person, and then you're just telling them how important this is. And, you know, if you're a constituent of the person that you're lobbying, you know, you could definitely follow up and try to talk to the member. And also, you'll all go home to the member, and you can see the member soon at a event. So just try to get their schedule and try to find them back home, you know, in the next few weeks. And then you can mention that you met with their education staff person in DC, and you're following up, and you want to see if they decide to become a co-sponsor. They're pretty easy to find because I have all these like coffee on your corner things, and they have little town halls. So I mean, I'll you know, that'll be actually next week. We have a whole week, which I'm really looking forward to be back in Colorado. Next week we're back, so I have like 15 different events, and so will your representative. So try to find them there too. Okay. And you can probably find their schedule. You can actually either ask their scheduling person, like, hey, what's their district schedule? Where can I find them? Or you can probably look on their website and something posts there.
Thank you.
Yes.
How forceful do you think we should be when we meet with our representatives? Because there's a difference between enlightening them and trying to convert them to our cause. And like, I don't know if they're going to hear the personal story and take it as just kind of be like passive on it, or if they should take that personal story and actually act upon it.
Well, I think you know, you tell the personal story and then say, you know, it's not just me. This is happening to lots of people, and we hope, you know, can we count on the representative to be a co-sponsor of this bill? You know, hopefully you'll be meeting with the members in some cases, but yeah, I mean, you know, I'm not sure before. I mean, you definitely want to ask, can we count on you to be a co-sponsor of the bill? And if they don't answer right then, you just follow up a few days later and see. And if they're not going to do it, you want to ask why. You know, what are the reasons? Is there anything we can work on? And you can get some of that feedback to us or my office too. But find out what the reasons are too.